Welcome to your course tour of Ways of the World, A Global History with Sources. This text was created from the ground up for the AP World History course by authors who know this course. Robert W. Strayer, Ph.D., University of Wisconsin. After beginning his career teaching high school world history in Ethiopia as part of the Peace Corps, Robert Strayer moved to teaching African, Soviet, and world history at the university level. Strayer's work at the State University of New York College at Brockport earned him the Chancellor's Awards for Excellence in Teaching and Excellence in Scholarship, and in 1998 he continued his distinction as visiting professor of world and Soviet history at the University of Canterbury in Christchurch, New Zealand. Since moving to California in 2002, he has taught world history at the University of California, Santa Cruz, California State University, Monterey Bay, and Cabrillo College. He is a long-term member of the World History Association and has served on its executive committee. He has also participated in various AP World History gatherings, including 2 years as a reader. Eric W. Nelson, Doctor of Philosophy, Oxford University. An experienced instructor teaching history at Missouri State University, Eric Nelson has won a number of awards, including the Governor's Award for Teaching Excellence in 2011 and the Case and Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching Professor of the Year Award for Missouri in 2012. He is currently Faculty Fellow for Engaged Learning, developing new ways to integrate in-class and online teaching environments. His publications include The Legacy of Iconoclasm, Religious War, and the Relic Landscape of Tours, and The Jesuits and the Monarchy, Catholic Reform, and Political Authority in France. The goal of today's session is to prepare you for using your new Ways of the World, A Global History with Sources for the AP course textbook. We will do a quick review of the AP World History course with an in-depth review of the Student and Teacher Edition textbooks, and conclude with an examination of the teacher resources and add-ons to make sure you have a full understanding of the program. Before we get started, let's review the materials you have received with your order. If you have ordered a class set, you should have received a Teacher's Edition, an ExamView test bank, and the teacher resource materials. You may have received your test bank and/or teacher resource materials on a flash drive or downloadable via a URL. Please note that some components, such as the Strive for a 5 guide and LaunchPad, are not automatically added to your adoption. These components require additional purchase. If there is anything you have not received, please contact your local sales representative. Every teacher also has access to our Classroom Compass site. This site provides an opportunity for additional training, information, and resources. At BFW, we love to hear about all the different ways you use our book in your classroom. Please log on to our site at classroomcompass.bfwpub.com and join our discussion boards to share ideas and strategies with your colleagues and the textbook teams. Let's start with a quick review of the AP courses and exams. If you have not looked at AP Central recently, please be sure to do so. AP Central is of course your best source for course information, including the course and exam descriptions, also known as the CEDs, additional teacher materials, and audit or syllabus information. With the newly released Fall 2019 course framework, the AP World History course was significantly revised, and Ways of the World was created to fit this new curriculum. BFW always stays abreast of any course changes, so if you have any questions about possible or future changes to the course since this video was recorded in August 2019, please reach out to your rep or contact us at hsmarketing@bfwpub.com. If you have not downloaded the most recent versions of the new CEDs, please do so immediately after this video ends. The CEDs are your guides to the AP courses and should be your first reference for all content information. Now that we've briefly reviewed the AP course information, we'll take a quick look at the student editions. We offer 2 editions of this text. One starts at the beginning with ancient history, and the other starts where the AP Modern World History course starts at 1200 CE. Depending on what book your district purchased, you will see that your book has either 6 or 4 parts that are further broken down into chapters with content, review, and AP practice integrated throughout. At the beginning of each chapter is a reference to one of the 9 corresponding AP units. Whether using the full or 1200 brief edition, your book has all of the features I'm about to discuss. Please make note of an incredibly helpful feature found in the book's preface on page XL. We create this visual walkthrough for the students, but also for you. It's something that you can refer back to time and again as you get acquainted with the text. Now let's look at the features of your student edition. This edition of Ways of the World includes many new and updated features. The text includes landmark timelines that align with the events covered in each chapter. This feature helps students better understand what happened and why it did throughout the timeline's visual representations. Snapshots offer visual displays of information on a theme, region, or time period. These features often include quantitative data for practice analyzing that type of source. The Mapping History section allows students to practice their map reading and analyzing skills while also reinforcing important concepts presented in the chapters. At the end of each chapter, a short reflection section raises provocative, thought-provoking questions about the role of the historian in shaping the human story. The chapter review at the end of each chapter's narrative has been revised with the AP course and student in mind. The key terms list helps students review, while the big picture questions encourage understanding and exploration of the chapter material. A Making Connections question, which is new to this edition, asks students to apply historical thinking skills across chapters. This edition also includes some AP-specific features which you're sure to love. The AP Skills questions, which are integrated throughout the book for steady practice of AP skills, have been updated from the last edition. Each chapter has a wealth of marginal AP Skills questions, including questions on causation, comparison, continuity and change, contextualization, analyzing evidence, and argument development. Like the AP Skills questions, AP exam tips are integrated throughout each chapter of Ways of the World. These tips emphasize important themes and information presented, which makes studying and retention much easier for students. The AP Digging Deeper notes are new to this edition. The boxes, which appear throughout Ways of the World, bring the book into even closer alignment with the AP course by adding brief discussions of course concepts related to the book's narrative. Another new feature in the 4th edition of Ways of the World, the AP Skills Workshops, introduce and develop essential AP skills in context ranging from sourcing a primary document to developing a continuity and change argument. Each of the 15 workshops include a practical explanation, models from real historians, insider info on how the skill will be tested on the exam, and scaffolded practice exercises to build the skill. For this edition, we worked with an expert in the AP course to align the Working with Evidence feature closely to the skills needed on the DBQ. Textual and visual sources are now blended in each section to more closely resemble the types of evidence provided on the DBQ. To aid young readers, longer text sources have been broken into shorter sections and are followed by questions to build understanding. In addition, AP Analyzing Historical Evidence questions follow each source, giving students practice in the type of analysis found on the DBQ. Finally, each section ends with an AP using sources to develop an argument prompt that simulates the task on the DBQ. AP Historians' Voices sections are integrated throughout the text in order to provide students with practice analyzing sources. Each box showcases 2 sources pertaining to the information presented in the chapter, followed by questions to reinforce the compare and contrast skills needed for the AP exam. We have included AP exam practice after each chapter and part, including multiple choice and short answer questions following each chapter, and long essay and document-based questions after each part. At the end of the book lies side-by-side English and Spanish definitions, which students can refer to in order to remember key terms, places, people, and events. At an additional cost, we also offer a student prep guide. BFW's Strive for a 5, preparing for the AP World History exam, aligns with your text and helps students prepare even further for the AP exam. Between new additional questions, source work, and historical skill building, there's 2 full-length practice exams worth of AP-style practice. The Strive for a 5 guide is available for both full and 1200 editions. Now that we've briefly reviewed the student editions, let's take a quick look at the teacher's editions. Please note that the full and 1200 edition have different teacher's editions. Just like the overview from the student edition, this overview in the teacher's edition is the place to start to get acquainted with your text. The AP World History course is designed to deliver the equivalent of a college introductory modern world history course. Whether your course is taught in a year or a semester is a decision that you and your school get to make because the College Board has no requirement in this regard. The teacher's edition starts with an AP course overview paired with classroom techniques on tackling the exam. There are 2 pacing guides before each chapter in this teacher's edition. The first is for a full world history course, and the second is for a course that begins circa 1200. These pacing guides have some built-in cushion to account for unplanned interruptions like fire drills, pep assemblies, snow days, and standardized testing days. Do not hesitate to adjust the pacing if you require some extra time on any particular topic or chapter. The blue pages that run before each chapter are designed to support teachers as they prepare to teach and as they teach chapters. Each set of blue pages starts with a chapter overview that describes the scope of the chapter, as well as an explanation of how it corresponds to the College Board's AP units for the World History exam. The blue pages also contain other valuable teaching materials, including essential activities for students, as well as references to relevant resources in the TRM flash drive. More handy advice for teachers is placed just in time in the wraparound. The advice is separated by its function and appears with standing headlines such as teaching ideas, exploring AP themes, building AP skills, apply the tip, differentiation, and more. Now let's discuss your teacher's resources. You may receive these resources on a flash drive that looks like a credit card or via a URL and password for download provided by your BFW sales representative. You may also receive the resources in our LaunchPad platform, which we will discuss later. For now, let's review the material available in the teacher's resources. These resources were created to work hand in glove with your teacher's edition. This list really doesn't do the teacher's resources justice. The teacher's resource materials include everything you need to support your teaching and your students' learning. From worksheets to answers, you'll find it all in TRM, available as a flash drive at the book's online platform or as resources in the ebook. If you purchased additional resources, such as the LaunchPad digital platform, we will review those now. If you did not purchase add-ons, you can fast forward to the end of the video. Ways of the World, A Global History with Sources for the AP Course Textbook is available in a range of ebook platforms, including our fully interactive LaunchPad ebook. In LaunchPad, every question in the book is assignable. This means students can respond directly in the ebook and have their work report to your gradebook. It includes integrated teacher's resource materials and learning curve adaptive quizzing, and it works on any device. To find the ebook that's right for you, contact your BFW sales representative. LaunchPad includes these features and so much more. To get the most out of your LaunchPad program, please schedule a live training with our digital specialist at go.oncehub.com/highschool. Please contact us with any questions you have. Thank you.